You wake up, scroll your phone, rush to work, answer emails all day, come home exhausted, scroll some more, binge a show, deal with more obligations, and then crash. And you realize you've been busy all day, but it doesn't feel like you've had time for any of the things that you really want to do. Then, do it all again tomorrow. That's autopilot. Your whole day is built around getting through it, not enjoying it. But here's the real question. Have you actually stopped to ask, am I building the life I want? Am I filling my days with things that bring me joy? Or am I just checking off boxes in a life that doesn't feel like mine? Here's what I've noticed in my own life. Anytime I slip into autopilot, I feel more tired. And of course, sleep, nutrition, exercise, and managing stress are all hugely important for your energy. We know that. But you can do all of those things right and still feel exhausted. And you can do most of them wrong and still feel lit up if you're genuinely excited about something. That's because energy isn't just physical, it's mental and emotional too. And when there's too little joy, excitement, and meaning in your days, your energy just tanks. And the opposite is also true. When you bring back more of those things into your life, suddenly you feel alive again. I ask myself this question: what makes me feel energized and alive? For me, it's things like creating something, especially with other people, playing sports or training with friends, spending time and having great conversations in the relationships that really matter to me, and things like adventures and travel and trying new things. Now, you need to figure out what those things are for you. The activities, the people, the moments that give you energy, that make you feel alive. And write them down. Make it really clear, because once you know what they are, you can start making sure they actually show up in your life. But knowing what they are isn't enough. You need a system to make sure you actually do them, so you don't get sucked into living on autopilot again. Create a system. So here's a simple thing that I do to make sure I'm actually bringing the things I want into my life. On a weekly basis, I color code my calendar. Work is one color, creative projects are another, and quality time with the people that matter gets its own color. That way, when I look at my week, I can instantly see if I'm making space for the things that light me up. And if I don't see those colors, that's my red flag that I'm slipping into autopilot again. And I need to schedule something, maybe this week or next week, that makes up for those colors. And on a bigger scale, I love this idea from Jesse Itzler. Schedule mini adventures. Every couple of months, plan something outside your normal routine that adds some extra spice into your life. Things that bring you more excitement, playfulness, or joy of some sort. It can be just a few hours or a whole weekend. But here's the key. Write them down. Put them in your calendar in advance. Because when you schedule adventures ahead of time, the benefits don't just come from doing them in the moment. You get the excitement of looking forward to it. Then you get the joy of actually doing it. And afterwards, you get to remember it, talk about it with friends, and relive the experience. So it's not just one moment of fun. It's more enjoyment, excitement, and energy woven into your life before, during, and after. How genius is that? An important side note here. When you choose your mini adventures, make sure they're not you going somewhere else and still just scrolling on your phone and answering emails. The whole point is to do something that requires your full presence while doing it. And that brings more energy into your life. So if you're feeling tired, exhausted, and drained, maybe it's not just sleep you're missing. Maybe it's excitement. So here's the challenge. What's one thing you can add into your week that makes you feel alive? So choose that thing and then schedule it into your calendar. and notice how much more energy you have when your life is built around living life, not just getting through it. But there's another thing that might be causing too much stress in your life and draining your energy as well, and it's your inputs. So watch this video next where I show you how to do an input audit and reduce the stress in your life.